In today's video, I'm going to show you the only 3 assets I think are actually going to perform well in the crypto markets. I think most cryptocurrencies are really going to zero. I also think the stock market is going to have a heavy correction. So in this video, I'm going to show you why. So first of all, so this is a terminal I've been building for the last year, where you have access to the best information in one place. I still didn't release this, but very soon I hope to do it. So as you can see, Bitcoin at 70K, looking pretty good today. Ethereum too, 4%, Bitcoin as well. We are still at extreme fear 14. Also in the last few days, April 1, we had a negative day in terms of ETFs. April 2, 9 million, almost nothing. But as you can see, the trend is still positive. So we are still seeing Bitcoin holding pretty well. When you look at the situation, and most stocks have been doing pretty bad, had pretty big corrections. So in general, Bitcoin has been holding this range between 65 and 70K, which is good. Also, we have other assets like Taobi Tensor that's performing really well, around 320 something today. Hype also having a bounce. So in general, I think the best altcoins are starting to perform better. So if we click here, as you can see, you are starting to see more longs again. Funding rates, most are still shorting, as you can see. So we still see more bearishness in the market. As you can see, open interest Binance with 8 billion. Whales, as you can see, some of them are longing Ethereum with big size, 150 million here. So overall, we see smart money, some of the whales actually buying crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But in general, I would say that medium long term, I think we're going to see Bitcoin around 60, 55K. I think long term is going to do very, very well, but I don't see a scenario where if the Strait of Hormuz continues closed, and it seems like it, I think there are pretty good chances that we are going to have a massive recession worldwide. If it continues closed, we're gonna see most countries having emergencies because the price of oil is going to be so higher. It's going to cause a supply disruption. As you can see here in the monitor, you can see like what's happening in real time. As you can see, this small Strait of Hormuz causing so many problems, and if it continues closed, will be food, will be oil, will be gas, so many things that could go wrong if it continues even for one more month. According to experts, we are going to have a full-blown crisis like we never had before. And when I look at overall, I don't think Trump is going to back down. I don't think Iran is going to back down. I don't think any ceasefire is going to happen. So at this moment, I think we are going to have a far bigger war. So now let's look at the assets. As you can see, Tau has been performing really well. Still my biggest conviction of all. Same tokenomics like Bitcoin, trying to do what Bitcoin did for money. Tau is trying to do the same for AI. It's proving that in a decentralized way where incentives are the main mechanism to pull talent, they are showing that they actually can do it. And you have 128 subnets, some of them already performing pretty well, like Templar, that were able to train a 72 billion parameter model. Never was done before with a decentralized approach. This is one subnet. I think we're going to have thousands. Is in the probably the biggest technology that we ever had, that we don't even know the full implications of it. So I think Tau is my biggest conviction. I think it's one asset that will be top 3 in the future. Chart-wise, we're starting to see some positive signs where Tau really becomes bullish. I would say above 400, it becomes bullish. Above 500, and we are going to return to all-time highs. But in general, chart is looking good. It's showing strength. As you can see, we are bouncing right here at the mid of the momentum. So as long as Tau is above the 12 and 21 EMAs, we are still bullish. If we come below the 12 and 21, we could have a move towards 260. So overall, really bullish on Tau. This is my number one conviction, and I think after Bitcoin is the best risk reward I ever seen. Bitcoin did really well, of course, and Ethereum and Solana. I think Tau is in the same category, even bigger in my opinion than Solana and Ethereum, at the same level as Bitcoin. So Tau looking good. Price-wise, it's starting to look very good too. So let's see if it continues. Also, one thing that I like, and this is the most important thing that you need to look in the chart, is the asset you want against Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they are the two major cryptocurrencies. So Tau is starting to perform really well against Bitcoin from February, as you can see, 100% against Bitcoin. Also against Ethereum, really bullish chart, especially Tau against Ethereum is really bullish. We are breaking the weekly trend, as you can see here, above the 12 and 21. So if the chart that you are looking at looks this good against Ethereum, it's a pretty good sign. So Tau is the first. Second one is Hype. Hype also has a pretty good chart, not very far from all-time highs. Hype against Bitcoin is actually the best altcoin out there in terms of chart, making higher highs and lower highs on the weekly. Hype against Ethereum, also pretty bullish. There are not many charts that are actually making highs against Ethereum and Bitcoin. So Hype is my second biggest conviction. You can trade any asset, crypto, stocks, commodities. You'll be able to bet with poly market integration. So freaking amazing asset. And another one I think will do well, it's Zcash. I think it's one of the few assets that's working on the quantum computing threat, and is the best asset in terms of privacy. So Zcash is Bitcoin but with privacy, and in today's world, having private money is more important than ever. You have more surveillance everywhere, especially in Europe, and something like this where, especially if you have a lot of money, but you don't even have to have a lot of money, having the optionality of having privacy is pretty important. So I think Zcash is another one. As you can see, we have this trend line. If we close above, this is going to shoot towards 500 as well. I think Tau, decentralized AI, Hype, commodity markets, stock market, crypto, the owls of all finance, and Zcash for privacy. I think these are the three biggest risk reward. I think Solana is going to do well still. The layer one that is most used along with Ethereum, but the chart's not looking that good. Near, the chart looks awful, but it's one of the layer ones that could survive, but it also could go to zero, to be honest. I was a big fan of Sui, but at the moment when I look at this chart, I think, especially because Sui has so much competitors like Ethereum and Solana, it's far easier for Tau that doesn't have any competitor to rise. And Hyperliquid too, there is no other competitor for Hype. Also for Zcash, yeah, you have Monero, but Monero is fully private, while Zcash is private, but gives you the optionality of being transparent as well. So these are the three assets I think are going to do very well. When I look at the stock market, I honestly think when I look at these charts that we are going to have a correction for the biggest ones like Nvidia. I could see Nvidia coming to 150, even if in a really escalation of the war and you have supply disruption and maybe it's difficult for the chips that they are manufactured in Taiwan to come to USA, probably gonna have even a bigger correction. Could even see Nvidia at 100. But in general, I think the stock market will be more impacted by this because crypto doesn't have a supply problem per se. It's not a company, you don't have employees, you don't have things, you are not importing materials, while with stocks, all of them use energy, all of them have their partners in other countries as well. So I think stocks are going to be more affected than crypto. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much.